there. There used to be, but we limited it down. So do that.
Those junior high students who are in this building, thank you for coming today. So this is our district spelling bee, and it's for students in grades 4 through 8. And what we do is we're looking for 2 people to go to the finals, which are also at General Brown in this auditorium. And they're in March, the beginning of March. And then we need 2 alternates in case one of the 2 students who are the finalists can't make it that night. So we're looking for 4 people total. And as we get to the end of the spelling bee, we'll figure out where you're gonna go and whether you have to wait if you're in the junior high, because we always have to wait for the end of a round to determine who's left. So that's the little tricky stuff as we get to the end of the spelling bee. But we'll work through that. But like I said, welcome to the high school. And, we want you to have fun. I know you're probably a little nervous, but that's okay. There's always going to be one speller that's going to be out first, and there's going to be a couple spellers that'll last through the whole thing, and that's okay. Your accomplishments are already that you're up on stage and you're here. So that's great. So congratulations. Your teachers think that you are good spellers, and now you get to prove it to all of us today. Who are the couple best spellers that we have? So I'm going to let Mrs. Hardwick, who's going to be doing the announcing, I'm going to turn it over to her. What we're going to do, though, is when you're sitting in your chairs, you keep your mask on. When you come up to the microphone, you can either pull it down or take it off to the side. That way the judges can hear you clearly, okay? And then once you go back down to your seat, you put it right back on, okay? Anyone have any questions? Excellent. I'll turn it over to Mrs. Hardwick. Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon. When it's your turn to spell, once I give you the word, you can ask me for the definition. You can ask me for the origin of the word, and you can always ask me to pronounce it once again for you. Okay? Any questions? I'll give you the definition, and I'll use it in a sentence also, so that you, okay? And there are some homonyms or near homonyms, so you can, that's one of the reasons why I will be giving you the definition so that you know exactly which word I'm asking you for. All right, would you like to do a little practice round? Okay. Why don't we start, do you have a side you want them to start from? Why don't we'll come across this way. Okay, so you start. This word could be confused with another word. Your word is lid. The word is originally English. It's something that covers the opening of a hollow container, such as a vessel or a box. Gavin ran hot water over the lid to loosen the seal on the jar.
Lid. L-I-D. Lid.
Your word is hat. It's an office symbolized by as or if by the wearing of a special head covering. Once Dad put on his soccer coach hat, Jilly knew she'd be treated just like every other member of the team. Hat.
H-A-T.
This word has a near homonym. Your word is part. It's a noun, one of the equal or unequal portions into which something is or is regarded as divided, something less than the whole. For the first part of the summer, Bitsy plans to sleep until noon every single day. Part.
P-A-R-T, part.
Your word is a noun. Your word is well. It's a pit or hole sunk, as by digging, boring, or drilling into the earth to such a depth as to reach a supply of water, generally having a cylindrical form, and often walled with stone, bricks, or tubbing. I think that's supposed to be tubing. Tarina and her friends raised money to help build a well in the neighboring village. Well.
Well. W-E-L-L. Or E-L-L.
Just a reminder that you want to think through what you're going to say before you say it, because you knew how to spell that and it just came out wrong. Okay, you can't go back and fix it. So once you came out with W-E-E, there was no fixing that. So just a reminder to really think about what you're about to spell before you say it out loud.
Oh, we got a question over there, Mrs. Osage.
Can you ask me to say it again?
Absolutely, you can ask her to say it again and again and again.
And again.
And then just like I hit the bell means that this is practice, so you're fine. But the bell would mean you're out, and you're going to, I'm assuming, walk this way off the stage, and then just have a seat, okay?
Angelina, your word has a homonym. Your word is meet. Jax hopes to meet his new neighbors at the block party. Meet.
Meet. M-E-E-T. Meet.
Your word is gift. It's a noun. Anyone who heard Estella play the cello would agree that she had a true gift. Gift.
Gift. G-I-F-T. Gift.
Your word is thing. Priya was offended when instead of complimenting her new hair ribbon, Laurel asked, "What's that thing in your hair?" Thing.
Thing. T-H-I-N-G.
Your word has a near homonym. Post. To publish, announce, or advertise by or as if by the use of a placard. Ms. Dietz will post her students' grades when she is finished marking their tests.
Post. P-O-S-T. Post.
Your word is mess. After hours of tidying Lane's bedroom is no longer a mess. Mess.
Mess. M-E-S-S. Mess.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is mink. A mink will feed on fish, birds, eggs, and small mammals, especially rabbits. Mink.
Mink. M-I-N-K. Mink.
Boys and girls, you can adjust that microphone, tilt it down or up as you need. Your word is rush. Delaney heard a rush of wings and then turned to see a flock of swans soaring overhead. Rush.
Rush, R-U-S-H, rush.
This word has a homonym. Deer. Gia thought that it was probably a deer who had chomped the tops off of her hostas. Deer.
Deer. D-E-E-R. Deer.
Your word is much. The week after the flood, the mayor said in a speech that there was still much to be done. Much.
Much. M-U-C-H.
I think we're going back to the gentleman in the red shirt. Yep.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Logs. This is a plural noun. It's sticks of wood cut for fuel, as in a fireplace, usually 2 to 3 feet in length, with all or part of the bark on them. Tricia added 3 small logs to the fire to keep it burning. Logs.
Logs, L-O-G-S, logs.
Your word is same. Martina and Mary decided to wear the same outfit on the first day of school so they could find each other easily. Same.
Same. S-A-M-E.
This word has a homonym. Your word is son. This is a noun, and it's the male offspring of human beings. Julian's son looks exactly like him. Son.
Sun. S-O-N. Sun.
Your word is hike. The family went for a hike in the woods the day after Thanksgiving. Hike.
Hike. H-I-K-E. Hike.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is tummy. It's a noun. The definition is abdomen, belly, stomach. The cat did not enjoy having its tummy rubbed.
Tummy. T-U-M-M-Y. Tummy.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is nook. It's a noun. It's a remote, secluded, sheltered, or out-of-the-way place or park. Matilda was excited to find a nook in the bedroom of her new home and immediately declared it her reading spot. Nook.
Nook. N-O-O-K.
This word has a homonym. Your word is lane. It's a noun. A narrow passageway between fences or hedges that is not traveled as a high road. William's house is separated from the main road by a winding lane.
Lane. L-A-N-E. Lane.
Is this our start? This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is mice. It's a plural noun. Small mobile manual devices that control movement of the cursor and selection of functions on a computer display. Gertie has 2 mice for her computer, one for gaming and one for general use. Mice.
Mice. M-I-C-E. Mice.
Your word is idea. Ricky knew to be wary when Lucy cried out, "I've got an idea." Idea.
Idea. I-D-E-A. Idea.
This word has a homonym. Your word is gone. It's a verb. Luther wanted to add, I'm supposed to give you the definition. Moved away from something or thitherward, passed from one point to or toward another that is regarded as farther away. Left or departed. Luther wanted to add cheesy bread to the takeout order, but Ronette had already gone to pick it up. Gone.
Gone. G-O-N-E. Gone.
Your word is upon. After noticing it was disappearing fast, Dad moved the candy to a spot upon the refrigerator. Upon.
Upon. A-P-O-N. Upon.
It means you're out, so you're going to exit the stage and take a seat over on the right. Your word is Angeline, your word is singing. Mandy heard singing coming from the kitchen where her dad was washing dishes. Singing.
Singing. S-I-N-G-I-N-G. Singing.
Your word could be confused with a similar word. Oil. It's a noun. Any of various substances that typically are unctuous, viscous, combustible liquids or solids, easily liquefiable on mornings that leave a greasy, not necessarily permanent stain, as on paper or cloth. That may be of animal, vegetable, mineral, or synthetic origin, and that are used according to their types, chiefly as lubricants, fuels, illuminants, as food, in soap, and candles, and in perfumes and flavoring materials. Juan drizzled olive oil on his salad and topped it with some fresh cracked pepper. Oil.
Oil. O-I-L. Oil.
Your word is track. Pasha followed the track left by the deer in his backyard. Track.
Track. T-R-A-C-K.
Your word is slide. Kadeen's favorite part of visiting the playground was going down the slide. Slide.
Slide. S-L-I-D-E. Slide.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is large. It's an adjective, exceeding most other things of like kind in bulk, capacity, quantity, superficial dimensions, or numbers of constituent units. Big. Hetty prefers large dogs because she says there is more of them to cuddle. Large.
Large. L-A-R-G-E. Large.
This word has a homonym. Plates. It's a plural noun. Shallow, usually circular vessels, as of china, wood, or plastic, from which food is eaten. Isla set the table with cups, plates, and cutlery before dinner. Plates.
Plates. P-L-A-T-E-S.
This word has a homonym. Your word is cell. It's a noun. The queen bee lays one egg into each cell of a honeycomb. Cell.
Cell. C-E-L-L. Cell.
This word has a homonym. Your word is beak. It's a noun. It's the bill of a bird. The beak of the sword-billed hummingbird is sometimes longer than its body. Beak.
Beak. B-E-A-K. Beak.
This word has a homonym. Your word is prize. It's an adjective. Michael will not share the recipe for his prize blueberry muffins, but he will gladly bake a batch for anyone who asks. Prize.
Prize.
Your word is stopped. The bus stopped at its corner.
Stopped. S-T-O-P-E-D. Stopped.
Your word is turning. Mona was still turning the question of what she wanted to put on her birthday list when she fell asleep. Turning.
Turning.
This word has a homonym. Pain. It's a noun. A state of physical or mental lack of well-being, or physical or mental uneasiness that ranges from mild discomfort or dull distress to acute, often unbearable agony. May be generalized or localized, and is the consequence of being injured or hurt or of some disorder or imbalance of the physical or mental functions, as through disease. After falling off the swing, Lolly felt pain in her ankle for 3 days. Pain.
P-A-I-N.
Your word is shelter. Adana listed the basic needs of human beings as food, water, shelter, clothing, and the internet. Shelter.
Shelter. S-H-E-L-T-E-R. Shelter.
This word has a homonym. This is a plural noun. The ends towards which effort or ambition is directed. Aims, purposes. Sandy set her goals early in life and worked hard to achieve them. Goals.
Goals. G-O-A-L-S. Goals.
This word has a homonym. It's a verb. To knock down, broadly, to silence, to defeat. The manager knew the announcement would floor the staff, so she took a few days to prepare them for the news. Floor.
F-L-O-O-R.
This word could be confused with another word. It's a verb. Gush. It means poured, issued, flowed, or spouted copiously or violently, often used with the words forth or out. Water gushed out of the new hole in the aquarium and Ralphie knew he'd never see his BB gun again. Gush.
Gush. Gushd. Gush.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is foam. It's a noun. A light whitish mass of fine bubbles that is formed in or on the surface of a liquid by agitation, as of ocean waves, or fermentation or effervescence. A dispersion of a gas or vapor in a liquid. Froth. The ship's propeller churned the water into a foam that lingered in the wake. Foam.
Foam. F-O-A-M. Foam.
Your word is speech. August's assignment is to refute the claim that only humans have the capacity for speech. Speech.
Speech. S-P-E-E-C-H.
Your word is booth. With the advent of cellular phones, the phone booth is mainly used today as a way for visitors to gain access to the Ministry of Magic. Booth.
Booth. B-O-O-T-H. Booth.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Matching. It's a verb. Pairing up or putting in a set as possessing equal or harmonizing attributes. Combining as being suitable. Nestor's first step in selecting an outfit for the day is matching his socks with his hoodie. Matching.
Matching. M-A-T-C-H-I-N-G. Matching.
Your word is studied. Keisha studied mathematics and statistics at a university. Studied.
Studied. S-T-U-D-I-E-D. Studied.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is clutch. It's an adjective. Successful in crucial situation. Asia was a famously clutch player, and everyone was confident that she would sink the last free throw. Clutch.
Clutch. C-L-U-C-H.
Your word is china. Earthenware or porcelain tableware. As soon as Justin saw the good china on the table, he knew he was in for a long and boring evening. China.
China. C-H-I-N-A.
Search. Nadia went on to search for all the missing socks in the house. Search.
Search. S-E-A-R-C-H.
This word has a homonym. Your word is creak, and it's a verb. To make prolonged, grating, or squeaking sound. Every part of the old house would creak when the wind picked up. Creaked. Excuse me, I'm sorry, creak.
Creek. CREEK.
This word has a near homonym. Your word is knife. It's a noun. A simple instrument used for cutting, consisting of a sharp edge, usually steel blade with a handle. Maud uses a paring knife to cut veggies. Knife.
Knife. KNIFE. Knife.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Found. It's a verb. Came upon a material object by searching or effort. After searching everywhere they could think of, they finally found the dog's favorite toy under a couch cushion. Found.
Found. FOUND. Found.
Your word is blurted. Tyson hated it when someone blurted out the answer while he still had his hand raised. Blurted.
BLUTED.
Your word is baskets. Hamish picked up a few baskets of fresh blueberries from the farm. Baskets.
BASKETS.
Your word is focus. Deirdre decided to focus her studies on early Irish poetry. Focus.
FOCAS.
Your word is polish. Madge will polish the silver before grandmother comes over for tea. Polish.
Polish. POLISH. Polish.
Your word is detail. Though her sister dismissed it as an insignificant detail, Gemma felt the color of the icing must be a particular shade of lilac for their mother's cake. Detail.
Detail. DETAIL.
Your word is gusto. Lottie approached painting with the gusto of one unrestrained by rules or schools of thought. Gusto.
GUSTOW.
Your word is alas. Melissa's grand plans for her hamster's birthday party went, alas, terribly awry. Alas.
Alas. ALAS. Alas.
Your word is salad. Inga made a delicious salad from artichoke hearts and smoked salmon. Salad.
Salad. SALAD. Salad.
Your word is whiskers. Amari's new puppy always seemed to have crumbs in its whiskers after eating. Whiskers.
Whiskers. WISKER.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is goggles. It's a plural noun. Eye coverings resembling spectacles, but with shields at the sides and short projecting eye tubes, with the glass fixed in the front and used to protect the eyes, as from water, light, dust, or cold, often used with hair. As a good luck ritual, Ahmed always adjusts his goggles 13 times before mounting the starting block. Goggles.
GOGGELS.
Your word is feline. Serena moved through the ballroom with feline grace. Feline.
FEALINE.
Your word is reveal. Marilyn made a point to dramatically reveal her birthday wish list to her parents, hoping that the extra effort in presentation would earn her an extra gift. Reveal.
Reveal. REVEAL. Reveal.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is embers. Slowly cooling, first off, it's plural noun. Slowly cooling emotions, memories, ideas, or responses from past experiences that are still capable of being enlivened. General Organa sought to stoke the embers of resistance to the First Order. Embers.
Embers. ENBERS.
Your word is aware. Colin is aware that his room is messy and claims he will clean it soon. Aware.
Aware. AWARE.
Your word is wallet. A pickpocket at the airport cleverly snatched Renee's new leather wallet. Wallet.
Wallet. WALLET. Wallet.
Your word is Texas. Austin, the capital of Texas, is known for its eclectic live music scene. Texas.
Texas. Texas. Texas.
Your word is 40. Mrs. Gent celebrated the day she turned 40 years old by going to a rock concert held inside a baseball stadium. 40.
40. Forty.
This word could be confused with a similar word, wrenches. It's a plural noun. Hand tools that usually consist of a bar or lever with adapted or adjustable jaws, lugs, or sockets, either at the ends or between the ends, and are used for holding, twisting, or turning bolts, nuts, screw heads, pipes, or other objects. For her birthday, Olivia asked for a new set of wrenches so she could help her dad build a swing in their backyard. Wrenches.
Wrenches. WRENCHES. Wrenches.
This word has a near homonym. Kitchen. It's a noun. The personnel that prepares, cooks, and serves food. Excuse me. Knowing the president had had a long day of summit talks, the kitchen sent up some of his favorite dishes for dinner. Kitchen.
Kitchen. KITCHEN. Kitchen.
This word is near homonym. Impolite. It's an adjective. Lacking in courteous behavior, in etiquette, or in consideration of others. Jane did not want to be impolite, but she was not staying in a hotel room that smelled like a sewer. Impolite.
Impolite. IMPOLITE.
This word could be confused with a similar word, capture. It's a verb. To get control or secure domination of, to take over. Milo's plan was to capture the enemy base and then use it to launch a final, devastating attack on his video game foes. Capture.
Capture. CAPTURE. Capture.
Circus. After his first trip to see a circus, Jose could not decide whether he most wanted to become a clown or an acrobat. Circus.
Circus. CIRCUS. Circus.
This word has a homonym. Your word is camera. It's a noun. A device that consists of a light-proof chamber with an aperture fitted with a lens and a shutter through which the image of an object is projected onto a surface for recording. The camera on Lynette's new smartphone takes extremely high-resolution photographs. Camera.
Camera. C-A-N-E-R-A. Camera.
If you're sitting on the stage, you need to be absolutely quiet because I can hear you spelling it behind your mask. So you need to not do that, okay?
Your word is ordinary. The artist had a knack for taking ordinary objects and turning them into works of art. Ordinary.
Ordinary. O-R-D-I-N-A-R-Y.
This word has a near homonym. Your word is hull. It's a noun. The frame or body of a ship, exclusive of masts, yards, sails, and rigging. When the new ship was named, a bottle of champagne was smashed on its hull. Hull.
Hull. H-H-H-U-L-L.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is playlist. It's a noun. It's an official roster used for organizing a personal digital music collection. Arun has a playlist of classical music to listen to while studying. Playlist.
Playlist. P-L-A-Y-L-I-S-T. Playlist.
Your word is trickster, a dishonest person who defrauds or cheats others by the practice of crafty, underhand ingenuity. A skilled trickster, Sonia conned her sister into giving her the larger piece of cake. Trickster.
Trickster. T-R-I-C-K-S-T-E-R.
This word has a homonym. The word is dire. It's an adjective. Demanding immediate action to fend off disastrous consequences, exigent and urgent. The school was in dire need of a technology upgrade. The computers still used floppy disks. Dire.
Can you repeat it again?
Dire. Do you want the sentence again? Or the definition? Okay. Demanding immediate action to fend off disastrous consequences. Something that's urgent or exigent.
Dire. D-I-A-R.
Your word is sitcom. The popular sitcom focused on the lives of 6 friends living in the same apartment building. Sitcom.
Sitcom. S-I-T-C-O-M. Sitcom.
This word has a homonym. Your word is indie. It's a noun. Something such as a record or film produced by an unaffiliated company. You've probably never heard of my favorite film, sniffed the hipster. It's an indie.
Indie, I-N-D-I-E, indie.
Scrolls. Henry often loses track of the times while he scrolls on his phone. Scrolls.
Scrolls. S-C-R-O-L-L-S. Scrolls.
Your word is detect. As Jennifer kept her room very organized, she was quick to detect that her favorite teddy bear was missing. Detect.
Detect. D-E-C-T-E-C-T.
For the judges, the following word has two correct spellings. Your word is savor. Lena thought it was critical to savor each bite of food when dining out. Savor.
Savor. S-A-V-O-R. Savor.
This could be confused with a similar word. Your word is eyesore. It's a noun. Something offensive to your sight. The abandoned house with its broken windows and peeling paint was an eyesore in the otherwise well-maintained neighborhood. Eyesore.
Eyesore. E-Y-E-S-O-R-E.
Your word is scarf. Aisha wrapped the scarf more tightly around her neck to help keep the wind at bay. Scarf.
Scarf, S-C-A-R-F, scarf.
Your word is pineapple. Unlike many other fruits, a pineapple will not continue to ripen after being harvested. Pineapple.
Pineapple. P-I-N-A-P-P-L-E.
Your word is hedgehog. Excited to see a hedgehog in her garden, Prudence set up a night vision motion sensor camera to capture its activities. Hedgehog.
H-E-D-G-E-H-O-G.
Your word is Nile. Generally considered the longest river in the world, the Nile has been critical for trade, transportation, and crop irrigation in Egypt for thousands of years. Nile.
Nile. N-I-L-E. Nile.
Your word is inclined. The father inclined his head over the crib, checking that the baby was sleeping safe and sound. Inclined.
Inclined, I-N-C-L-I-N-E-D, inclined.
Your word is squints. When Daisy's father is disappointed with her grades, he squints at them for a long time. Squints.
Squints. SQUINTS. Squints.
Your word is wardrobe. Callista screamed when her brother jumped out of the wardrobe. Wardrobe.
Wardrobe. WARDROBE. Wardrobe.
Your word is irregular. When the entire class wore their clothes backwards on Friday, the teacher could tell that something highly irregular was afoot. Irregular.
Irregular. IRREGULAR.
Your word is texture. Mai loved the texture of silk so much that she asked for silk pillowcases for her birthday. Texture.
Texture. TEXTURE. Texture.
Your word is cringe. Elaine always cringed when her teacher started getting angry with the class. Cringe.
Fringe. CRINGED.
Your word is wizard. Didia has the reputation of being the class's math wizard. Wizard.
Wizard. WIZARD. Wizard.
Your word is vibrant. The nurse had a vibrant personality that could cheer even the most despondent patient. Vibrant.
Vibrant. VIBRANTE. Vibrant.
Your word is s'mores. Frida's favorite part of summer was roasting marshmallows for s'mores with her family. S'mores.
S'mores. SMORES. S'mores.
Your word is basically. Alistair had always believed that people were basically decent, but then he met the cousins on his mother's side. Basically.
Basically. BASICALLY. Basically.
Your word is Jamestown. If you visit Jamestown these days, you will see a lovely hut. Inaccurately dressed statue of Pocahontas. Jamestown.
Jamestown. JAMESTOWN. Jamestown.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is ogre. It's a noun. A hideous giant represented in fairy tales and folklore as feeding on human beings. A monster. Cho wrote a tale about an ogre who lived under a bridge and feasted on every 10th person who crossed. Ogre.
Ogre. O-G-R-E. Ogre.
Your word is caverns. A team of spelunkers is making an attempt to map the entire system of caverns. Caverns.
Caverns. C-A-V-E-R-N-S.
Your word is fidgeting. The nervous substitute teacher was constantly fidgeting with his collar. A quirk the students were quick to imitate. Fidgeting.
Fidgeting. F-I-D-G-E-T-I-N-G. Fidgeting.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Dependable. It's an adjective. It means trustworthy. When hiring, companies look for dependable employees who will complete their work on time. Dependable.
Dependable. D-E-P-E-N-D-A-B-L-E. Dependable.
This word has a homonym. Your word is weird. It's an adjective. Curious in nature or appearance. Of strange or extraordinary character. Odd, unusual. Most episodes of Sherlock begin with a weird or puzzling event. Weird.
Weird. W-E-I-R-D. Weird.
Your word is lavish. Monique lavished praise on her puppy for catching the frisbee. Lavish.
Lavish. L-A-V-I-S-H-E-D. Lavish.
Your word is cobblestone. The carriage horse stumbled over a loose cobblestone. Cobblestone.
Cobblestone. C-O-B-B-L-E-S-T-O-N-E. Cobblestone.
Your word is scrawny. Arab spent weeks nursing the scrawny puppy back to health. Scrawny.
Scrawny. S-C-R-A-W-N-Y.
This word has a homonym. Mutual. It's an adjective. Shared in common, enjoyed by each. Common. Willem and his new neighbor quickly discovered that they had a mutual friend. Mutual.
Mutual. M-U-T-U-A-L. Mutual.
Your word is Neptune. Excuse me, I'm trying to find my sentence. With winds that surpass 1,200 miles per hour, Neptune is easily the windiest planet in our solar system. Neptune.
Neptune. Neptune. Neptune.
Your word is alibi. To support his alibi, Jake showed a video he made during his trip to Hawaii. Alibi.
Alibi. A-L-I-B-I. Alibi.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is invasions. It's a plural noun. Hostile entrances or armed attacks on the property or territory of another for conquest or plunder. The Nazi invasion of neighboring countries were terrifyingly swift invasions.
Invasions. I-N-V-A-S-I-O-N-S. Invasions.
Your word is adorned. His shoes were polished, his hat was well brushed, and a lace handkerchief adorned his breast pocket. Adorned.
Can you say the word again?
Yes. Adorned.
Adorned. A-D-O-R-N-E-D.
Your word is telescope. Jorge watched the lunar eclipse through the telescope. Telescope.
Telescope. T-E-L-E-S-C-O-P-E.
Your word is surrounded. The trees surrounded the cabin and gave it a peaceful, secluded feeling. Surrounded.
Surrounded. S-U-R-R-O-U-N-D-E-D. Surrounded.
Your word is Juneteenth. Every year, the town celebrated Juneteenth with a parade, a festival, and a concert. Juneteenth.
Juneteenth. J-U-N-E-T-E-N-T-H. Juneteenth.
Your word is sardine. Destiny's cat, Mr. Picky Pants, refuses to eat unless Destiny tops his cat kibbles with a finely diced sardine. Sardine.
Sardine. S-A-R-D-I-N-E. Sardine.
Your word is orientation. The hikers used a map and a compass for orientation prior to setting out on the trail. Orientation.
Orientation. O-R-I-E-N-T-A-T-I-O-N. Orientation.
This word, could be confused with a similar word. Your word is decimal. It's an adjective. Subdivided into 10th or 100th units. The U.S. uses a system of decimal coinage, with each dollar divided into 100 cents. Decimal.
Decimal. decimal. Decimal.
This word has a homonym. Your word is conkers. It's a plural noun. A game popular in England in which each player swings a horse chestnut, or originally a snail's shell, threaded on a string to try to break one held by an opponent. Libby and Abe spent all afternoon collecting chestnuts so they could play conkers. Conkers.
CONCURS.
Your word is dingoes. One of the largest structures in the world is a fence that was constructed in Australia in the late 19th century to keep sheep flocks safe from dingoes. Dingoes.
Dingoes. DINGOS. Dingoes.
Your word is archduke. The most famous archduke is probably Franz Ferdinand, whose assassination was the immediate cause of World War I. Archduke.
Archduke. ARCHDUKE. Archduke.
Your word is novice. Elsa is a novice on the flute, but has played other instruments for years. Novice.
Novice. NOVICE.
Your word is ostriches. To avoid detection, ostriches lie on the ground and stretch their necks out flat, but they do not bury their heads in sand. Ostriches.
Ostriches. OSTRICHES. Ostriches.
This word has a homonym. Your word is symbol. It's a noun, a visible sign of something, such as a concept or an institution that is invisible. The image of a dove is often used as a symbol of peace. Symbol.
Symbol. SYMBOL. Symbol.
Your word is expanse. Standing on the shore of Lake Michigan and looking out at the expanse of gently lapping waves, Cherise felt a sense of deep calm. Expanse.
Expanse. EXPANSE. Expanse.
Your word is preened. Edda's cat curled up on the couch and preened its fur before settling in for a nap. Preened.
Can you repeat the word?
Yes, the word. Would you like the definition also? Okay. Preened. Trimmed or dressed with or as if with the beak or the tongue. Eva's cat curled up on the couch and preened its fur before settling in for a nap. Preened.
Green. P-R-E-N-E-D.
This word has a near homonym, wattles. It's a plural noun, and it is materials such as rods, branches, and reeds used for building construction. Rohan collected wattles to help his aunt construct a shed in the backyard. Wattles.
Wattles. W-A-T-T-L-E-S. Wattles.
Your word is emitting. Hannah's much-needed sleep was interrupted by her cat emitting a mournful cry. Emitting.
Emitting. E-M-I-T-T-I-N-G.
Your word is granules. The baby loved that the granules of brown sugar stuck to her face like a beard. Granules.
Granules. Granules. Granules.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is contorted. It's a verb. Twisted or twisted together, especially in a strained or violent manner. Bent. Years of fierce sea winds had contorted the tree into a strange shape. Contorted.
Contorted. C-O-N-T-O-R-T-E-D.
Your word is invigorating. After so much time indoors, Rainey found the fresh air to be invigorating.
You say the word again?
Invigorating.
E-N-V-I-G-R-A-T-I-N-G.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is contraption. It's a noun. It means a newfangled or complicated device, usually used in mild scorn or indulgence. Mo's dream is to invent a contraption that will generate food from nothing. Contraption.
Contraction. C-O-N-T-R-A-P-T-I-O-N. Contraction.
Your word is radiation. The radiation of the sun's light and heat is critical for humans to survive. Radiation.
Radiation. R-A-D-I-A-T-I-O-N. Radiation.
This word has a homonym. Your word is reaped. It's a verb. It means brought about harm, caused or inflicted. The monsoon rains wreaked havoc on the farmer's fields. Reap.
Could you say the word again?
Yes. Reap. Reap. Reap.
Reaped. W-R-E-A-C-T.
C-K-E-D, read.
Sit right there, though, again, that she needs to spell two words correctly.
This word could be confused with a similar word. Your word is tartan. It's a noun. It's a twilled woolen fabric with a plaid textile design of Scottish origin, consisting of stripes of varying width and color against a solid ground. Lissy made scarves for her sister and cousins in matching blue and green tartan. Tartan.
Tartan. T-A-R-T-A-N. Tartan.
So stay right there, and you get to spell this next word correctly, and you win.
Your word is technique. English ballet dancer Margot Fontaine was known for the purity of her technique. Technique.
Technique. T-E-C-H-N-I-Q-U-E. Technique.
Congratulations. So, you're the winner, you finished second, but the two of you will come to the tournament Wednesday back at Jim Brown, and I'll let your parents know the time and the date and everything that you need to do. So I'm gonna get a picture of you two, and then I need also Emily and Connor to come back down here. So why don't you two come right over here and I'll get a picture.
If you don't know why you missed the word that you missed, you can come see me, because I wrote down everything, if you really want to know. And I'm just saying,
I know how I.
Right here, you two, okay, we're gonna take a picture. All right, perfect. All right, Connor and Emily, come on over here also. So you two are the first and second alternate. If for some reason one of these two are sick and they come to school or wouldn't be able to go to it, then we will find one of you two and then you would represent them. So I'm gonna get a picture of you four also. So I'll have the two finalists in the middle and the two alternates on the opposite sides. Yep.
so that's what she
And
said.
we'll take a picture. All right, thank you very much. Congratulations. Nice job, everyone.
Hard, but it's